Luxury services rich people use. Ever wonder what the multi-billionaire do with all that money that they have? That's one question that every person has thought of once or more in their life. This video will explain some of the worthy services that multimillionaires and billionaires acquire. These services are intelligently used by the 0.1%, so to increase their fortune while saving up most of their time. Before we further begin, I would like you to subscribe to this channel if you want to increase the pace of your wealth and success, because we almost create daily similar educational videos for the better and successful future. And if even 1% of our viewers or subscribers can benefit from our content, that would be enough for us. So you might be a part of that 1%. Now, let's have a look and understand the importance of these services for the rich. 1. Assistants. Every wealthy person has a staff of assistants to help them. They undoubtedly have a lot to get done in a short day. This is why they have to acquire assistants to get help from them. They establish a schedule for the day and order everything in terms of their priority. It should come as no surprise that every wealthy person has at least one assistant. It may be a chance to read people's minds and gain an understanding of how their principal's business is run, which is why some assistants appreciate the role, because it gives them a glimpse into the life of a famous person, a very wealthy person, or a renowned business person. This work may present an opportunity to obtain up-close and personal knowledge of the economic sector or the Hollywood entertainment industry. Others get their kicks solely from being in charge of managing other people's schedules. 2. Personal chefs. It is typical for wealthy people to have their own personal chefs. Who doesn't enjoy good food? And what else could be a better alternative than employing your very own private chef, who can prepare delectable dishes just for you and your guests? In addition, the sole reason the elites have a private chef is not because they're food enthusiasts, but rather because they are people who are concerned about their health and the way they eat. They are concerned about their health and adhere to a diet most of the time. The hiring of a private chef is time and cost effective. Since chefs can alleviate the anxiety out of the overall process, that can be incredibly time consuming, private chefs are able to assist you in serving fresh and healthy meals in a timely manner. With the help of a private chef, elites will no longer be burdened with the task of planning meals, going grocery shopping, preparing meals, and cleaning up afterward each night. In addition, the cost of preparing meals at home is far lower than the expense of eating out, which typically includes the cost of parking, the cost of transportation to the eatery, and the cost of a babysitter. Putting off hiring a personal chef might really add up in the long run. 3. Personal security guards. Many different companies offer personal security services, catering specifically to the needs of the wealthy. All of these different sorts of services are not luxuries for high net worth individuals. Rather, they are necessities in their lives. They safeguard themselves with things like bulletproof automobiles and bodyguards, among other things. If something were to happen, it would put a lot of things in jeopardy. Thus, protecting their lives and keeping them safe is of the utmost importance. In movies and on media, bodyguards typically wear dark suits, shades, and short haircuts. They have an unflappable demeanor that makes it quite evident that they are not the kind of individuals you want to engage in petty bickering with. However, bodyguards are capable of much more than just being intimidating presences. They are specialists in the field of security who have received extensive training in the art of providing personal protection to the 0.1%. The protection of very important persons, VIPs, which can include superstars, lawmakers, businessmen, and many other notable people, is typically the responsibility of bodyguards. As a result of the one-of-a-kind threats and obstacles that these types of VIPs encounter, high-level expertise in the field of personal security protection is required. 4. Private wealth management. These services are utilized by wealthy people because it is common knowledge that they have a significant amount of capital at their disposal and the ability to appropriately invest it. They want professionals who are financially prudent in order to properly manage and deposit their assets so that it can increase in value. They already have a great deal of tasks to complete daily, so having somebody working for you who is able to correctly manage their assets is the most beneficial thing that could happen to the extremely rich people. As a result of the rise in aggregate wealth and the greater responsibility that individuals have assumed for the management of their own financial resources, the private capital sector has expanded significantly in recent decades. Personal investors might benefit from the assistance of private wealth managers in navigating the complexity of capital markets and in pursuing investment opportunities. The accumulation of private wealth, as well as an enhanced sense of individual accountability for the administration of one's own financial assets, have both contributed significantly to the expansion of the private wealth industry. They often offer a variety of services, such as investment management, inheritance and retirement accounts, and tax services, and they counsel private high net worth people and rich families on how they should invest their stocks and organize their money in order to fulfill their investment targets. Investment guidance like this is provided by private wealth advisors in the form of excellent relationship building and service to clients. 5. Access to private jets. Traveling in the conventional manner is not something that wealthy people typically choose. When it comes to protecting their privacy and being safe, they spare no expense. Because they all have their own private aircraft, they're able to save a significant amount of time. They like to use their private aircraft because it allows them more privacy and saves them time compared to other transportation options. When you fly discreetly, you have the peace and comfort you need to attend important meetings, get more work done in less time, or just relax before you arrive at your final destination. This allows you to make the most of your important time. When you fly through private aircraft, you have access to more than 5,000 regional airports, which is nearly 10 times as many flights as are accessible via commercial flight services. As a result, the amount of time that gets will intimately add up. When people who are not essential members of the organization are present, it is impossible to discuss business difficulties. Because of this, one of the best benefits of private aircraft is the increased level of privacy they provide. 6. Private therapists. Wealthy individuals place a significant emphasis on the mental health services provided by therapists. Having a one-on-one therapist is quite beneficial for the wealthy because of the many things that are happening to them at once. They are equally concerned with maintaining their emotional well-being as they are with maintaining their physical condition. In addition to this, they have meditation instructors who instruct them in the skill of meditation and help them maintain a healthy mindset. Once you start seeing your therapist for private sessions, he or she may refer to you as a customer instead of a patient. Because you will have a larger part to play in determining whether the sessions will begin, come to an end, or continue, one may have the impression that you have more influence over how the connection will go. Because private therapists typically have a wider number of appointment times available in the evenings and on the weekends, it is typically much simpler to schedule sessions with them according to your own working time. 7. Cybersecurity. Whether it be your mail or your residence, everything needs protection. And for wealthy people, it is necessary to have it. Rich people make heavy use of this security measure, as it is something that is widely employed by wealthy people. They just cannot afford to have their data compromised, especially considering the number of people who already attempt to do so. They take their commitment to cybersecurity very seriously and never make any concessions in this area. The top 0.1% of the population are an especially rich target for thieves and cyber criminals. Yet the methods that they use to thwart hackers have lessons that we can all learn from. The wealth and fame of elites, such as tech tycoons, venture capital barons, business CEOs, entertainers, and sports stars, amongst others, is significant. However, given the world that we live in today, they're unable to rely entirely on the protection provided by gated estates, exclusive islands, or bodyguards alone. In order to defend themselves, their families, and their coteries against data theft, malware, frauds, coercion, and other forms of digital mischief, the rich and their employees need to hone their cybersecurity talents. 8. Elite nannies. Nannies are extremely widespread, yet the market for nannies to care for the children of billionaires is extremely competitive. They are certainly compensated with a significant amount of money, and the engagement spans a number of years. They are educated in a variety of fields in addition to being personal trainers. A nanny's duties include providing care for young children as well as amusement for them and assistance for their education during the formative years of their lives. Furthermore, they will do any cleaning jobs associated with the child, such as doing the child's laundry, organizing the child's room, and replacing the child's sheets and blankets. A nanny is a type of child caregiver that is heavily involved and either lives with the household or works between 40 and 60 hours a week, providing care for the children in the home. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you want to have a successful future, and for appreciating our work, hit the like button. See you soon!